Hi, good Sunday, good afternoon, keto friendly. I just got back from my camping trip a couple hours ago and I wanted to come live to you and just share with you some tips that were on my mind while I was camping. If you don't know who I am, welcome. We're so happy that you're in this group and thank you for making Keto Together what it is. If you are new and you haven't posted, be sure to speak up. Let us know a little bit about you, why you're here. Give a quick little intro. Hi, Hillary. Thanks for jumping on. As you are jumping on, please give me a 1 in the comments below if you are watching this live. And if you happen to be catching this on a replay, then please drop a 2 in the comments below with the hashtag replay. And if you are new to watching any of my lives, please comment below hashtag new so I can try and get to know you a little bit better and say what's up and have a conversation with you about what you want out of this group and if there's anything that we can do for you. So a couple of things that came up for me while I was camping. One thing that's really great about like summer cookouts, grilling, going camping is you could pretty much make everything keto friendly. So most of the meals that I had, minus the s'mores, were keto friendly, right? So I was able to stick to this keto lifestyle and enjoy some really delicious, yummy food. Hi, Tristina, thanks for being here. And then we were invited over to a friend's house for dinner tonight. And it just got me thinking, like, what are some just real simple questions you can ask people when you're at a restaurant, when you're ordering off of a menu, or if you're ordering off of the menu, even when you are at a restaurant, which I'm a huge advocate for. I'm not shy to order off the menu. And my a health mentor that I had for years would say, you know, if you're paying for it, you may as well try and order off the menu, and the worst that can happen is someone says no, but you are paying for it, so you have that right to order off the menu, right? So that's been a huge thing for me in my health journey and keeping me on track and just feeling good and feeling confident about the decisions that I'm making and just eating in alignment with my goals and how I want to feel and be and who I want to become, right, on the inside and outside. Hi, Rusty. Thanks for joining us. So one question you can ask people. So I had some leftover wings here for lunch, and I was like thinking, okay, wings are a big thing on keto. Protein is usually pretty safe on keto. It's a good go-to, right? And especially if it's cooked with like butter or, you know, whatever. Or there's some oils in it, like for the marinade. Wings are great because they're high in fat, right? And anyway, so some questions you can ask is it made with cornstarch? So for example, we're going over to a friend's house for dinner and we're having jambalaya. And obviously I'm not gonna eat mine with rice. But cornstarch is one of the main, is like the base of the meal. And so that's one question you can ask is this made with cornstarch? Because a lot of recipes use that as a base. So that's one question you can ask. You can ask, is this made with any flour or wheat products? So that's another question, because some people, most of the world you'll find doesn't actually know what keto is, just as like most of the world, and when you go out to restaurants, don't actually know what it means to be vegan. So you have to, if you are vegan or vegetarian, you have to learn to ask specific questions that people understand, because a lot of people don't even know what vegan is or what it means. Same thing goes with keto, or just really any way of eating. A lot of people don't know what paleo actually means. Even if you say, is this grain free, not everyone knows what a grain even is. So that's why I was thinking that these are some specific questions that can make it simple for people on the other end who aren't a part of your health journey or aren't educated on the definitions of different ways of eating and living. So another thing you can ask, is this made with any breading? Is this breaded? Is this made with any sugar? You know, what's the marinade made out of? Can you ask the cook what the marinade is made out of? Can I look at, if you're at a friend's house, can I look at the bottle of that? Don't be afraid to read nutrition labels of ingredients that are included in some of the dishes that you're probably going to be consuming just by living your life, whether you're traveling out to eat, over at, you know, a friend's house, whatever. And so those are really the main questions that you can ask. Dessert is usually out of the question. Most dessert is made with sugar and carbs, right? Or some kind of flour or breading. So, you know, fruit, low glycemic berries are a great substitute if you want to have dessert. And you can put some heavy whipping cream on it or make your own whipping cream or whatever. So what we had while we were camping is we fried up in a skillet some shrimp with butter and garlic and salt. For breakfast and then we had some steak, and then we grilled up some onions and peppers and mushrooms, all in grass-fed butter. So like that was all good, right? And then this morning we cooked up a bunch of bacon, and then we cooked a bunch of eggs in that bacon grease and added some more seasoning and stuff to it. And then I had some black coffee. So yeah, and then another thing, a tip that I wanted to give you, since we are entering pumpkin spice latte or pumpkin spice latte season, is I went to a coffee shop after I had my cup of black coffee because I wasn't caffeinated enough. And I asked them if they had sugar-free pumpkin spice. Now they didn't. Now the thing that you have to watch out is like a bunch of sugar alcohols aren't super good for you, especially aspartame. So aspartame is not good for weight loss at all. And that's something that I have allowed in my life a little bit here and there, but I haven't ever been like a huge soda drinker anyway. So most of the stuff that I get, if it is soda, is like is Zevia, which is just organic soda sweetened with stevia. So that's a good alternative to Diet Dr. Pepper or Diet Coke. Aspartame isn't going to help you on your weight loss journey or your health journey. So that's another tip that I wanted to remind you all, that I was reminded by a friend this weekend when we were talking about keto and everything, because she used to do it while we were camping. And so, yeah, what are some other tips that I was thinking of? So, yeah, at the coffee shop, I asked if they had sugar-free pumpkin pie syrup. They didn't. I normally get sugar-free vanilla. Like, yeah, there's some sugar alcohols in it, but it's better than the sugar for me, and it's much easier on my body. I don't feel like that crash afterwards from drinking it. I don't need the sugar in my drinks. It's been a long time since I've been accustomed to ordering almond milk in my beverages and stuff. And so if you do the heavy cream or heavy whipping cream, that's fine, but it tears my stomach up. I know that's acceptable on keto, but for me, my body doesn't like it too much. And so, but I did notice on their menu board, and if you're local to Montana, if you have a Florence coffee, most of the times they're like little coffee stands on the side of the road. They have right now like organic pumpkin puree. So it's actual pumpkin. So I had that in my latte, and so that doesn't have sugar in it. Yes, it's carbs, but it was just like a little bit of pumpkin in it. So those are great alternatives. And because we have access to exogenous ketones, we can those are the ways, and those are the more natural areas we can be a little bit lazy or lenient or flexible on, because we know we can get back into ketosis in 59 minutes. But even though I have this product and this metabolic tool, doesn't mean that I, completely want to have like bread all the time or pastries, or like go back to my like old way of eating before I knew anything about health and when I was just focusing on calories, right? And so I know I feel better when I stay closer to nature, and I eat, and which means more of a, like, if I am going to have carbs, it's going to be more from a paleo standpoint, like sweet potatoes or yams. And I find myself, even as I'm getting older, that I don't even need as much as that as I think I do. And if you aren't working out, you especially don't need those extra carbs. So if you are going to have those carbs closer to nature, like I just listed, it's best, I'm not always perfect at it, but it's best to have it in the first part of your day, either for breakfast or, your first meal, which usually is around noon for me, or right before or right after your workout, because you'll use those carbs for fuel, and you'll use that for your workout, and you'll burn through it real quick, and then you can start burning through the fat. So that's my tips if you don't want to be perfect on keto. 99% of people aren't. That's why I drink exogenous ketones and follow some of the rules and tips that I just gave you. It helps me stay sane. It helps me be able to socialize and not just be a complete weirdo. I'm always going to be a little bit of a health nut weirdo wherever I go, but there's beauty in that, because people will look to you when they're ready to make a change and ask you how you did it or what you're doing, or so there's a lot of fun, easy alternatives that make it feel like I'm not actually sacrificing much, right? And I feel good. So hi Annie, thanks for joining. Soy milk, I don't recommend soy milk to anyone, especially women. It's just not good. If it is, it'd be like a once a month type of treat. Almond milk or coconut milk is the best. Now, coconut milk can be high in calories, so I stick to almond milk, even though coconut milk is considered more keto. But I stick to unsweetened almond milk. There's only, in the unsweetened original one, there's only 30 calories per serving. So that's what I like, and I just prefer the taste better. And yeah, there's not like a ton that I use almond milk for. You're so welcome, Tristina. except in my if I'm having a latte or if I'm mixing it with the Swiss cacao. I like my coffee either black or with our keto cream is really yummy if I'm ready to break my fast. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I do. If you have any tips that are helpful for you on this journey or questions that you want tips to and answers to, then please put them in the comments below. I will see you tomorrow for a new video, and I hope everyone had an amazing weekend and is excited to slay the rest of September. As a reminder, if you're new to this group or you haven't started participating, we are doing a sweaty selfie every day. I forgot to do mine the last 2 days because I didn't sweat. But today we're working out. So you will see mine today. Progress, not perfection. Just make sure you use the hashtag sweaty selfie and hashtag slaying September here in this group and on your social when you post them out there, so we can inspire people to be a part of this movement and just get people in our lives, our loved ones, acquaintances, people we haven't met yet, to be healthier, better versions of themselves, whatever that looks like for them, but by pursuing better for us. So love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.